Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live this morning. Hope you're having a great start to your day and to your week. I am calling this session Frightening Food Facts. Frightening Food Facts. The 3 F's. Okay, good morning from Ireland, actually. And Lisa, Rosa, Nativity, how are you? I missed, hold on, I got to go back. Marin, how are you? Nick from our staff, but there was the first one that came on here. And Lise and Mike, Nativity, I can't find it. John, Owen Sound, Sue, good morning. How are you? I'm just going to scroll here. Lucy, Catherine, Ziane, bonjour, Claudette, nice to have you on. Francis Marie and Marlene, good morning. Len and Judy, Edmonton, bright and early. Louise, good morning to you. Lynn, how are you? Steph, how are you, Steph? Good to have you on. Jeanette and Nicole from our staff. Charles, good morning to you. Sonia and Jeanette and Sophie from Sarnia. Good day, Sarnia. Nancy, Diney, Shirley. Surely goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life. Good morning. And Shirley was from Newfoundland. Julie, good morning. Ashley, Luella, and Marlene. And Sandra from Brampton. Diane, good morning from LaSalle, near Windsor. Marianne, Diane from North Bay. And Catherine, Springdale, Newfoundland. Snowy, huh? Okay, apparently Northern Ontario, big snowstorm. Mel, Joanne, Joe from Duncan, BC. Okay, the 3 F's. The 3 F's. Frightening food facts. I flagged this over the weekend. It was an article. And I knew it was bad, but I didn't think it was this bad. Frightening food facts. No wonder we're so sick. And you know, I talk about it on every podcast, every program. I talk about the importance of food. And here we go with this study that was done on the habits of Americans. And guys, Canadians, we're no different, okay? So when this comes out of the United States, it's frightening food facts. Now, let me read a few of them to you, and then we will pontificate. And guys, for you, you understand all this. This, it may be surprising just because of some of the numbers, but we know better. We know better. But no wonder we're so sick. Listen to this. 20% in the United States, 20% of all meals are eaten in a car. 20% of all meals are eaten in a car. Scary thought. And listen, I get it in a lot of ways. You know, if you're traveling to work or, traveling back from work, but it's far more than that, isn't it? We know that. People are weaned today on fast foods. It's convenient. And I'm going to tell you, most fast foods, if not all, are processed. They're cooked in the wrong oil, and they are laden with carbohydrates and simple sugars. They spike blood sugar. They make us enormously sick. "20% of all meals are eaten in a car." Okay, point number 2. This came out of a gigantic food study. My word. It's worse than I thought. 10 billion donuts are consumed every year in the United States. 10 billion. Now, it would be comical if it weren't so sad. 10 billion. I stopped in yesterday. Look, I was traveling. And the only reason I'd ever stop in McDonald's because I like their coffee. Okay, I do. I like their coffee. But in the United States or Canada, like Tim's or Dunkin' Donuts in the States or whatever, folks, lay off the donuts. You know what we call donuts at Martin Clinic? Rat chow. Because if you want to fatten up mice for studies, you give them a donut. Sugar, the wrong fat, carbohydrates loaded. That fattens them up in a hurry, and it fattens us up too. Craziness. 10 billion donuts a year. Oh, Dr. Martin, just have a plain donut. Plain donut. You know how many teaspoons of sugar in there? Like I remember looking at the menu for Tim Hortons. Oh, I'm having a carrot muffin. It's Raisin Bran muffin. 8 teaspoons of sugar in one muffin. 8. Never mind the, you see a few carrots in there and people think that's good for you, eating a carrot muffin. Nah, it's not. 20% of all meals are eaten in a car. 10 billion donuts consumed every year. The average person in the USA eats 1 ton of food a year. A ton. Wow. When you break the ton down, okay, they did this. Which is 996 pounds. Okay, that's a ton. 2,000 pounds. Wow. A year. We don't think of that, right? Like, you don't think of a ton. But listen, 250 pounds of that, close to it, out of 2,250 is straight sugar. Straight sugar, like a dump truck load of sugar we're consuming every year. Now, I'm not. Are you? I read labels. I look for any added sugars. Don't fool yourself. Be a label reader. We don't want to get in with these frightening food facts. Frightening. No wonder we're so sick. No wonder there's so much obesity. No wonder there's so much diabetes. No wonder there's so much heart disease. No wonder. I don't think you have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out. Really. You read this statistics. Listen to this on dairy, okay? On dairy. Don't ditch the dairy. Switch the dairy. We are only eating, Americans, okay, are only eating, out of that 2,000 pounds a year, 31 pounds of it are cheese. And you know what? And those little cheese slices you're putting on your burger, okay, but leave the bun. Like, it's crazy. Listen to this, okay? So 31 pounds of cheese a year. That's it. People think of dairy, and it ain't ice cream that's good for you, okay? Like, that's a big part of the amount of dairy. It's characterized as dairy ice cream. Are you kidding me? Okay, but listen to this. Only 183 pounds are eggs, meat, and cheese a year, out of 2,000 pounds a year, like a ton of food. When people are eating bad, only 183 pounds average is made up of eggs, meat, and cheese. 450 pounds of corn and potatoes. 273 pounds averaging of fruit. I'm not saying they're bad for you. I'm just saying that we got it upside down. It's because of the food pyramid, you see. The pyramid is wrong. It's crazy. It's making us sick. Americans consume 31% more packaged goods than fresh food. If we only lived on the outside aisles of the grocery store, the produce section and the meat section and the dairy section, we don't do that. We live in the middle aisles of the grocery stores. Americans spend 10% of their disposable income on fast foods. 10%. On average. 20% of their eating is in a car. Wow. And, it's listen to this. This is a part of this study. 52% of those polled, okay, believe that doing their taxes was easier than figuring out how to eat healthy. You see, because there's so much confusion out there, isn't there? There's a lot of confusion out there. And imagine people being polled, 52% said, I find it easier to do my taxes. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't find taxes easy. I mean, unless you're an accountant. Like, I don't do my own taxes because, boy, would I be making lots of mistakes. But I'm just telling you, imagine people responding by saying, yeah, taxes are easier than figuring out what's healthy because You know, guys, you know this more than anybody else. I mean, there's so much nonsense out there. Like, dairy causes cancer. And fat is bad for you. And don't eat butter because that's got cholesterol in it. Better to eat your cereal. And because that's so much better, especially all bran and oatmeal. And you better lay off that bacon because you're going to get a heart attack. And red meat is acidic and cancer producing. Well, no wonder we're so confused. No wonder. And I'm telling you, there are gurus that I know would rather you eat 20% of your meals in a car than you eat red meat. And I mean it. It drives me crazy, guys. It does. I can't get over it. The new religion out there of, be a vegetarian, be a vegan, and that's good for you. That's no good for you. And how good, like, man, you ain't gonna live without fiber, man, and soy. And they get all their protein from soy and not from eggs, meat, and cheese. Guys, we've been duped. We've been duped. The world has been duped. And it's only going to get worse, guys. I'm telling you, it's only going to get worse. And I've talked to you about this many a time, that we have a narrative today driving society away from animal products. It's driving society away from it. It's indoctrination. They're doing it. When a society gets indoctrinated, okay, I'm just going to tell you from history. They go after children. All marketing, when it comes to food, they do it mostly to children. Because, it's hard to change people's habits, but not if you can indoctrinate kids. And that's what they're doing. And, I hate to be negative. I don't want to be negative. But I got to just tell you, these are frightening food facts. And here we are in our society, okay? I mean, guys, we've had an experiment for the last 40, 50 years. I've talked about this a million times. The last 40 to 50 years, the world has been on an experiment, and we got all the researchers in, guys. Not that there's no new research, not that there's no new findings, but we've been on an experiment for 40, 50 years. Hello? The results have been disastrous. Read the introduction to the book, The Reset. What did I talk about? What a failed experiment we've been on. The fat-free craze, the idea that, if you eat fat-free, it's good for you. It actually started in the 1950s, but it didn't get its momentum till the 1970s. Really got momentum. Eat cereal. Don't have bacon and eggs. Imagine, one guy started all of it. Ancel Keys. I call him the greatest serial killer of all time. His thinking on cholesterol and the hoodwinking by the food companies, big food and big pharma, man, oh man, what a failed experiment. We are sicker than ever. There's more heart disease than there ever was. There's more cancer than there ever was. There's more diabetes. Diabetes used to be rare. What is it? 1 out of 4 are diabetic in the United States? Well, no, 1 out of 3, sorry. And actually 50% to 80% because of metabolic syndrome, which is diabetes waiting to happen if it's not already there. 88% of the population is unhealthy, guys. No wonder. Lies, lies, and more lies. Frightening food facts. Boy, that would make a good title for a book. I get a book a week in my head, guys. I mean it. The cholesterol hoax. And yeah, do you think we're going to ever undo that? I doubt it. There's too much money. We'll never undo it. And that's why I go after, in the office, I went after individuals. You came to see me as a patient, and I gave you Nutrition 101. Okay? The good, bad, and ugly. Okay? The good, bad, and ugly. Nutrition 101. I talk to you about insulin. Always. And now I do it to our audience. And like I tell you, you deserve an honorary nutrition degree because you understand more, and I mean this, and I'm very sincere about it, 99.9% really of medicine. If I was to give a nutrition course, with true or false or, multiple choice, you guys would pass it and 99% of doctors would fail it. I hate to be negative, but that's a fact. You go through medical school and you're lucky to get an hour of nutrition because you leave it to dietitians. That's what they're trained. The food industry, they don't think that, but that's what's happening. The food industry and the pharmaceutical industry has hijacked medicine. They've hijacked it. So what are they learning? Cholesterol's bad. Like cholesterol's going to kill you. Like lower your cholesterol. Holy moly. It was wrong at the beginning and it's wrong today. It's not cholesterol that's killing you. It's sugar that's killing you. It's carbohydrates that are killing you. Crappy carbs and those vegetable oils that they're made of. Soy oil and canola. We're exporting canola oil to China. We're going to make them sick too. Jeepers creepers, guys. One quarter, listen to this. This is one I didn't bring to you yet. 1/4 of the population in the USA, eat fast foods every day, a quarter, 25% of the population of the USA every day, 7 days a week, eat at least one meal a day at a fast food restaurant. Imagine. And we're wondering why we're so stinking sick. Because at the end of the day, the bottom line is, it's not just convenience, guys. It's education. It's indoctrination. Oh, Dr. Martin, I'm having a bagel. Not a good idea to start your day. Yeah, but it's whole wheat. It's multi-grain. I don't care. It's sugar it's a bagel full of sugar. Ooh. That's going to be sugar in 5 nanoseconds. Now your pancreas has to go crazy. And eventually, doesn't take long, your cells get so sick of seeing insulin coming around like that pesky neighbor who never stops knocking at your door, and they develop insulin resistance. Now you have a cascade of problems. But I'm not confident. I'm only confident in you. I'm not confident in the world out there. I was reading a statistic yesterday. It was scary. You'll never hear that. You might if you read it somewhere. But here's what I read yesterday that's scary. Not only this frightening food facts, but listen to this. 75% of the budgets of every TV and radio station in the United States and Canada, 75% of the money coming in for advertising comes from the pharmaceutical industry. Big Pharma, 75% of their revenues. If you understand that, you'll understand. You know, I've been screaming. Where is the media in all of this? Where's Walter Cronkite? Where are the people that are screaming blue murder when they read statistics like I just told you? 20% of all meals are eaten in a car. 10 billion donuts a year. The average person in the USA eats a ton of food a year. You think for a second we might be overeating? And guys, I know the pharmaceutical industry does good things. Okay, I know that. Where would we be without antibiotics? I know that. Okay? All I'm saying is they might not have your best interests at heart at the end of the day. When you're in a boardroom and you're part of a public company, your responsibility is to your shareholders, okay? It is. And I'm not saying they're bad people. They might even think they're right. But this failed experiment is going to go on and on and on. Because they've hoodwinked the population. They're driving their agenda to the kids, to my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. They're after them. They want lifelong customers. And I'll give them credit. They're good at it. And like I said to you many a time, I feel like I'm John the Baptist crying in the wilderness. Hello? Hello? Oh, I get excited, but I can't help it. I read stuff like this, and you know, when Americans spend 10% of their disposable income on fast foods, you got a guy like Bill Gates who's invested not millions, but billions of dollars in this meatless craze. Holy moly, guys. I was reading an article yesterday on the connection between Bill Gates and the World Health Organization. I mean, he funds it. He funds it almost individually. No wonder he's got so much power. But he has an agenda. Apparently buying up farms in the United States like nobody's business. We're going to live on plants and soy burgers. You want to die? Eat a soy burger. You want to die young? Ooh. I see that stuff in the grocery store, and my wife has to hold me back. Like, I want to scream. Like, why would you eat that stuff? That's cancer in a burger. That's going to drive your estrogen through the roof. Ladies and gentlemen, for your prostate and breast cancer. If I lived on an island and I was starving to death, I don't think I would eat one of those, even if it was delivered to me. Like, ooh. You got about 70 ingredients in there, and none of them are good. But you see them, they're going after our children, our grandchildren, and they preach it. And you know, I think a lot of people don't even realize they're doing it, like teachers in school. Oh yeah, but we got to worry about the climate, and those cows out there, not good. They're not good for, you know, like, since when? I was driving through a country road yesterday. I see all these cows on both sides of the road, you know? And what do cows do? They spend their day eating grass. And I go, man, that's going to be a good steak one of these days. They eat grass so that you can eat steak. You're not to eat grass, ladies. Cows eat grass because they got 4 stomachs. You only have one. You eat steak and leave the grass to the cows, okay? Glorified grass is salad. I know I sound a little crazy, okay? But I mean it. You know? Oh, Doc, it's spinach. I know. Since when is that really good for you? Who told you that? I'm not saying it's no good, okay? I'm making a point. We're going to have fun this week, okay? We will. New study came out on L-taurine. Oh, it's fascinating. You're going to learn about L-taurine this week. Promise. Okay? There's some great studies that come out. I just, I'm always thankful that I can flag these studies when they come out. And I want to break them down for you. Okay? A new study out hot off the presses on Alzheimer's. And we're going to touch on that this week. Hot off the press, guys. I mean it. Out in the last few days. Where did I read it? What journal was it? Hold on. I got notes on it already. Anyway, I think it's somewhere in the United Kingdom, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Guys, if you're not part of our private Facebook group, make sure you join. Okay? You can get your friends and family. All of this, guys, is done mainly by referral. I built my practice by referral, and we're building our audience by referral. It's when you guys tell others, okay? And if you're not getting our emails in your email box, then make sure you sign up at martinclinic.com, okay? You can get still time to get our book for Christmas presents, okay? The Reset. Tremendous, if I do not say so myself. Okay. And of course, Friday will be question and answer Friday. Guys, you guys are wonderful, and I mean it very sincerely. We love you, and we'll talk to you soon.